There's too many multiplayer games and I can't keep up with them. EA unveils unskippable in-game ads, and we heard you like launchers, so they made a launcher for your launchers. My name's Force. Welcome back to the Force feed. I got a problem today. Yeah, I'm actually pissed off. So I was super excited. I'm like, you know what? A lot of people talk about Destiny 2. They had a big recent update. Can't wait. Gonna jump back in, and I did, and I had no freaking clue what I was doing. I was completely and utterly lost. After taking a break of, I don't know, maybe it's been 6-8 months or so, I came back to the game and I was several updates behind, looking at the main menu like, what do I do? Where do I go? I don't even remember how to play my freaking character. And this kind of just reminded me of this issue with all of these cool multiplayer games that I want to play and just trying to keep up with them and not feel completely behind. So I'm talking about not only competitive multiplayer games, but also specifically a lot of these games as a service games. It's great that they keep getting updated, they get constant patches and expansions and all this stuff, but it also means that they require so much of your time and attention, and if you don't put all of your time and attention into them, you end up as some idiot like me who comes back to the game all excited, only to realize I might as well start over from level 1. So what is my freaking point? What's my point? This is a good problem to have, first of all. I'm sitting here complaining that like there's too many games and it's hard to keep up with them. So yeah, the truth is like it's awesome that there's like a lot of cool games out there that I think are fun and interesting and that I want to play. The issue is so many of them basically require all your attention all the time. It's a problem of overabundance of these games that pull so much from your attention. And what got me thinking about this whole thing, besides like the fact that I returned to Destiny 2 and I felt completely lost, was also an article went up the other day on Polygon that talked about the potential resurgence of single player games, where you've got these game companies making these games that want you to play them every single day, but as video game players, it's impossible to keep up with more than maybe one or two of those games without falling behind. The games as a service games, the MMO lights or the full-on MMOs, these games that want you to keep leveling up, they want you to keep getting more gear, unlocking new skills, they want you to keep doing those dailies or acquiring more currency. These games are designed to want you to come in every single day and play it for a couple of hours. And as game players, we can only do that with so many titles. Whereas when you got like single player games that have a 10, 20, 30 hour campaign, you sit down, you play it, and then when you're done, you played the game. Great, now you can move on to something else. That's not really the case with these games as a service games. So I guess the ultimate point is for the companies that are making these games, the companies that are pushing out these games as a service that want you to keep logging in every day, I think they might be starting to realize that we only have so much time to invest into each of those games. So it's a pretty interesting thing. The article was pretty cool. I kind of wanted to talk about this problem from my perspective as well. I'm so happy that like games like Destiny and Division and Warframe and all the MMOs that I love are out there, but at the same time, I just don't have enough time to play more than one of them at any given time, and I wish I did. So I guess the real problem is I wish I had more time to play video games. Next up in the news, I want to bring up quickly the in-game ad debacle that was happening. So if you didn't hear about this, it kind of broke a couple of days ago, but EA recently put in-game unskippable ads into NBA 2K19. Basically what's happening is that during the loading screens in between like the menu and actually jumping into the game, they've started just rolling advertisements like commercial ads or the ads you might see here on YouTube, and you can't skip them. So basically they're just forcing ads into the game for people to watch, and there's nothing I mean, I guess you could get up and walk away, but you know, the game's gotta start. This is kind of just like another push forward in their company's attempt to monetize. You know, it seems especially like these sports games, they seem to be sort of a testing ground to see what they can get away with. Even if you're not interested in sports games and you might not personally care about the fact that NBA 2K19 has in-game unskippable ads, let's be real here. They're just testing this out. And if it doesn't go over too poorly and if they don't get too much pushback, it's very likely that unskippable in-game ads are going to start to make their way into other games as well. I mean, let's be real here. Game companies, besides maybe the passion for making video games, they're also there to make money. So they're going to keep trying new things to try to make more money. It's just gonna happen. It seems like the base price for games isn't enough anymore for game companies. They don't just want the $60 that you paid for the game. They want loot boxes, they want microtransactions, they want DLC, they want to run some in-game ads as well. And you know, I guess I can't complain too much because I make my living off of advertisement here. Frankly, I'd love to get away from the advertising model if I could, into stuff like viewer support, whether it's through merchandise and Patreon. I also think that's like a finite resource. So maybe ads is the only way to actually make a living doing this. But when it comes to the video game stuff, I'm not surprised that we're here. I'm pretty sure stuff like this has happened in the past for free-to-play games. I think people are just extra pissed off because, again, this NBA 2K19, it's a full-priced game. They're running unskippable ads, and it's only a matter of time till they try running it into the non-sports games as well. And last up in the news today, we heard you like launchers, so we put a launcher in your launcher. I already said that joke. GOG Galaxy 2.0. This is a pretty cool thing. So basically, it is a launcher for your launchers. What the idea here is that it's going to be connecting multiple platforms to unite all of your games and friends into one single location. So you can organize all of your games into a single library, launching them, tracking stats, and even discovering new games. You can keep track of your friends on multiple platforms with an activity feed. They're going to be having cross-platform chat and even a single friends list. And then they're promising, you know, privacy with no spying or data sharing or anything like that. The idea is pretty cool. It's currently in the beta, GOG Galaxy 2.0. I did apply. I haven't gotten in yet, but once I do, I'll check it out. I'll let you guys know what I think. I know some of the features that I just mentioned aren't in there yet. Like, I don't think cross-platform chat or the single friends list is in there yet. And that might be two of the biggest things. We've been complaining over these past few years about just the plethora of launchers that we're getting. There's like a launcher for everything. I don't even need to list them off. Like, it seems like every single company now has a launcher for their games, and then you've got aggregate launchers like Steam. So this idea of a launcher for your launchers is pretty cool, and we've kind of seen stuff like this tried in the past. I think people are talking a bit about Galaxy 2.0, A, because it's new, and B, because it seems to have, or is talking about having, some features that people really like. Like having a track friends list across like 10 plus different launchers. That's a pain in the ass. And even just having to a launcher for your launchers isn't the worst thing that I ever heard. I don't know that it completely solves the problem, because you still need to have those individual launchers on your PC, as far as I'm aware. Quickly, too, a couple of things before we wrap up today. I want to let you know that the Steam Summer Sale has arrived. Major discounts on a huge array of games. It's going to be happening between now and July the 9th. So we got a little bit. It's like about a week and a half or something like that. A bit of time for the summer sale. So if there's some games out there that you've thought about playing on the PC but you haven't yet, check out the Steam Summer Sale. Always good for some solid discounts. And then on the console side of things, we did get the list for the PS Plus free July games. It's going to be Pro Evolution Soccer 2019 and then Horizon Chase Zero. Don't think that's the Horizon that people were looking for, but it's all right. It's free games, so how much could we really complain? And that pretty much does it for today's episode of The Feed. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's news. I know that first topic was kind of a little bit tangent-y. I just wanted to talk about this like problem that I'm having. I'm excited to be checking out Destiny 2 again. I do feel pretty lost, but it's you know, after a couple hours, I start to figure stuff out. I'm not that dumb, okay?